Hello and welcome to my alternative channel, Anti-War. Anti-War brings you number 9, Not Quite Pale Ale, is from Magic Hat Brewing Company, but not really Magic Hat. It's from the people who bought Magic Hat, FIFCO, Florida Ice and Farm Company of Costa Rica, who owns Genesee Brewing, Pyramid, Magic Hat, and they control Labatt Blue in the United States. They have the contract for Labatt. It's probably their biggest thing, but Genesee probably their second biggest. So there's that thick off-white head. Look at that. Oh, that is an impressive looking beer, isn't it? And it's orange. So what is this? Used to be 4.6. If you look at the old reviews from like 2010, 2009, 2010, it was 4.6. Now it's 5.1 and it's 20 IBUs. I don't know what the IBUs were back then. They seemed high from people's descriptions. I saw a video from 2010. The guy was talking about, this is outrageous. $8 for a 6-pack. 8 something. It was really more than 8. And I'm thinking, well, I bought it in 2023 and it was $9.99 for the 6-pack. So it's not so big of a price increase, okay? Now, Magic Hat used to be an independent brewing company. They were in Vermont. They used to make a whole lot of beers. We used to get a bunch of their beers, okay? But then over time, they gradually started disappearing away until nothing was available. And I knew the company had gotten bought out, and now this is the only Magic Hat beer remaining. Bottles, cans, and draft. It's all coming from Rochester, New York at the Genesee Brewery. Can't even take a tour of the brewery. At least when I went there, they were like, well, you could look around the gift shop. And I was like, yeah, that's really what I wanted to see. No, wrong. Okay, it's a creamy head. So it says on the bottle, ale with natural flavors. So that's what it is. It's an ale, top fermented ale with natural flavors. And most people think, and I'm one of those people, that they're adding apricot flavoring. Maybe some kind of dehydrated apricot or apricot puree or whatever it is. It smells and tastes like apricot. Hector Lopez says, I just watched your juice blackberry video. I can find juice, but it's the bad parts of Los Angeles. Yeah. I can't get it in Louisiana. I did find it in Mississippi in the past, but I don't think it's sold in Mississippi anymore. I'm not sure. I don't know. I saw it in Juneau. I shouldn't have bought the blackberry because I had it before, the 10% and the 14% twice before. I should have bought the mango. I don't know what I was thinking. They had like 4 different flavors, 5 different flavors. Why didn't I buy one of those other flavors? But it was my mistake. I'll just go fly back to Juneau and get some more, right? Okay. Pungent, rather rich, yeasty ale aroma. So the aroma, it looks nice and the aroma is good. So people slag on this beer like, oh, it ain't that good. Okay, fine, call it as you see it. But I'm seeing a good thing and I'm smelling a good thing. Let's go with the taste, Joe's. I thought that Magic Hat Elderberry was really good. The Magic Hat was like a Halloween beer or whatever it was. They got them all listed on their website, all the ones they used to make. This is the only one left. Maybe they're hoping somebody will buy them out and pay them for their recipes and they could sell it. Somebody could restart it. You know what I'm saying? This was always their flagship anyway. The number 9, Not Quite Pale Ale. I still, every now and then, and I mean rarely, see it, but I do see it on a rare occasion in the bomber bottles, 22 ounce. But I got the 6-pack of 12-ounce bottles for $9.99 at a store in River Ridge, Louisiana. Yeah. think the last place I saw the Bombers was at Albertsons in Hammond. That might have been over a year ago, so they're probably not there anymore. Orange, there you go. Taste again. It's pretty bitter. Like, I'm saying 3 out of 5 hop cones. Maybe that's too high, but I think 3 out of 5. Medium bodied, mostly dry finish. Definite fruit flavor. I noticed that when I first tried it back in 2011. A lot of fruit flavor, but it's not strong fruit flavor. It's not like a sugar bomb. Like, it's just like tweaked with fruit. You know what I mean? Like, they add an apricot to give it a little twist, but they're not going over the top with it. What are you bringing for Fandango Friday? Oh yeah, tomorrow at 3:30 in the afternoon in Los Angeles. You'll probably be working, Hector. I think I'm going to bring an Irish cream liqueur called Carolans. 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 Since 1979. Yeah. The predominant flavor of this product is pretty strong beer. Like just beer. Robust, rather strong beer. Now, when I tried it in 2011, I still think it was 5.1 back then. I think that was right when they had switched over from 4.6 to 5.1. And from what I'm tasting, they made the right decision. They needed it maybe to be a little higher ABV. You get white bread crust. There's almost like a little honey note to it. You get the apricot, or what do people call it? Apricot. I think it's pronounced apricot, but I hear people saying apricot. There's the nice lacing. It's pretty clear, but the bottle, the glass is sweating from the cold. But yeah, I could see through it. A little hazy. A little blurry, not hazy, but it's all right. To me, it's in the A range, like a 93. Might sound like I'm trying to help a big conglomerate company. I don't care about who owns it, honestly. I'm just thinking it's really good. Not A plus or world class or any of those kind of things. It's just an A. Like you say, well, I mean, craft beer. It's not that hard for them to make an A. It might be hard to actually make it, but it's not that uncommon. It's common, but it's still around. It's the relic. I mean, that's what it is. It's a relic from the old craft beer days in the 90s, microbrew days. There it is. Brown bottle. Good to have a brown bottle. You don't want green, but green's okay, but you really don't want clear. And I don't know if it's sold at a store near you. I think the website was saying it was not sold at Bromart, but there it was on the shelf. So pretty obviously it was. It's not some out-of-date product left on the shelf. It's in date. It's got a good date on it. It's got months left on the Best Buy, so could be thinking of something else, but I'm pretty sure I checked and it wasn't showing it. But it was showing it. It was showing it at a lot of Rouse's stores. Oh, it must have shown 12 stores in New Orleans. None here in my parish, but 12 in New Orleans. So it's still around, and it quite obviously still has a Louisiana following. I'm not saying it's profound, but then is there really a profound following in the craft beer world? People jump from brand to brand, you know what I'm saying, trying everything out and then run into the next thing. So I don't know how much of a loyalty level there is anyway, but here it is. It would be like running across Pete's Wicked Ale. You'd be like, what? What is this? But that would be something that they brought back. This is a product that is still around and was never discontinued. Now it's lingering on, you know what I'm saying? It's not exactly a strong product these days, but it's still lingering along like Schlitz, you can get Schlitz still lingering there, kind of gets put out, produced a little bit each month. Have you seen the Jarritos alcohol hard soda packs? No, I don't think so. I was looking for that Bud Light Tahine today, but I didn't see it at Walmart. Next time I see the Tahine, I'm going to try it. All right. Yeah, so this is a nice product. Wouldn't want to drink it every day. Wouldn't want to drink it every week. Honestly, I wouldn't want to drink it every month. But I would want to drink it maybe 2 or 3 times a year. I mean 2 or 3 6-packs a year. Honestly, 2 or like every third of the year. Every January, May, and say October, something like that. Now, do I expect to see it around in a year? I don't know. I think maybe I'll see it because I think FIFCO wants to keep producing it so they don't lose the trademark. You know, I've had people tell me that sometimes they see Falstaff beer in Southwest Texas near the Mexican border. They never provided any evidence, but that's what they claim they saw it. And it could be that Pabst produces a batch of Falstaff once a year, maybe once every 5 years, just to put it out there and say, we still have the trademark. We make it barely, you know. So I don't know what the parameters are for that. If you could just nominally make it or if you have to really produce it. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the law. Probably don't even have to be a lawyer to know the law. Just go read the law. All right. I have seen Tahine Modelo 25-ounce cans at Vons by my house. Oh, really? Modelo Tahine. Okay. Well, that's good to know. And Vons, I'm glad you brought that up. They're associated with Albertsons and Jewel Osco and some other grocery chains. They're all under one umbrella. And so, of course, I don't know what California's laws are. In Louisiana, Albertsons sells liquor, like liquor, bourbon, Canadian whiskey, scotch, gin, rum, etc. So there's no Albertsons in my town, but I can go to one at like about 36 miles away, 37 miles away. If I'm in that town, I'm not going to make a special trip to Albertsons, believe me. But if I'm in that town, I'll stop in, and they always have these unusual products like, what's the name of that bourbon they make? They sell Samuel Grant. Yeah, Samuel Grant bourbon. It's made by Sazerac. It's a Buffalo Trace brand, but you'll never see it on the Buffalo Trace website. But I'm like, oh, okay. And apparently a lot of people have reviewed it. So you say you need to get on the ball and buy it. I need to get through all my other 20 bottles of bourbon really before I do that. They've got all these liqueurs like the DW Anders Brandy, the J. Brandt, what you call that, amaretto that I bought. They got a Canadian whiskey, a bunch of Canadian whiskey brands that I've never seen at another store. They got a lot of tequila brands that I have seen at other stores. Bandolero, rum, the King's. I say King's Highway. What is it called? King's Bay. I've seen it at other stores. I mainly see it at Albertsons. Same owners as Vons. Jason Cleveland says, good afternoon, Jay. Hope you're staying cool in this heat wave. I was out in the heat walking, picking up trash in the neighborhood. You know, like paper trash mostly. You see that. But we need rain, man. It has not rained in over a month in this town. I mean, it's insanity. So there it is. But I appreciate it. It's all around us. Some of Louisiana is like, we're going to flood. And I'm like, we're not even getting a drop. So anyway, yeah, thank y'all. I would recommend the Magic Hat number 9. Is it is it going to change your world? Is it like it's putting a new perspective on beer? No, it isn't anything like that. But it's an interesting throwback to the mid 90s, but it's more updated because it's a higher percentage. You know, in the 90s, it was 4.6. Now it's 5.1. and it was in 2011. And I think it's worthwhile. You said it'll be 10 years before you get back to it. It probably will be 10 years before I get back to it. And in 10 years, I probably won't be able to get back to it because it probably won't exist. But there it is. Nonetheless, I was shocked to see it on the shelf, and I bought it. Jeff Lyons says, I drank a significant amount of this in the 1990s. Haven't had it in a while. I would be curious to see you do a video about it on your channel, New England Beer Reviews, Jeff, and see what you think about the current New York version. Like I said, this is a relic. It's a relic. It's like something left over from the 90s. Like those gel bracelets. You know, those look like these like classic gel bracelets. Some people still wear them. I don't think too many people wear them. Maybe 10 people a day in the United States, but it's like that. And they had the little messages on them, like think positive or whatever. But yeah, so yeah. I think now I'm going to go shopping at Sears since I'm drinking this. There's no Sears stores in Louisiana. I think there's only 11 of them left in the United States. What a throwback, right? I'm going to go to Radio Shack. All right. I haven't seen it here in New Hampshire in a few years. I'd have to go to Vermont. Vermont. Don't say it, Jeff. I'm in Louisiana. Wait a minute. You're going to tell me I'm here in Louisiana and I bought this only 20 miles away. If it was 20 miles, it may be 19 miles away. But you can't get it. That is terrible. I love the aroma. It's really wonderful. Now, the flavor is actually good. I mean, honestly, it really is a good flavor. It's not quite pale ale. But it's okay. It's okay. It's an okay product. It's quite interesting, actually. It brings me back, like mentally, like really mentally, and like in a sensory way. It takes me back to like the 90s when I would be so excited to try every. Like, oh, look at this. I heard about this. I read it in a book I got at the library, you know, and so it's like it's kind of like that experience with the old twist caps and all. Yeah, it's cool, you know. What can I say? Magic Hat is hit or miss around here these days. Yeah, and let me tell you, there's only one Magic Hat beer left, and this is the last one. If you look on their website, this is the only product they still make. Meaning this is the only product FIFCO makes. Yeah, if you look at their website, it's like Magic Hat number 9, and then they give a list of all the older products they used to make. And I actually reviewed a good number of those, and I don't think I ever had a bad one from them. They were kind of mid-range, you know, like a Beta or Harpoon, something like that, Shipyard. Widmer Brothers, Full Sail, Shiner, you know what I mean? Like not Dogfish Head 120, you know what I mean? They weren't like Worldwide Stout or anything, but they were just like mid-range, like nice craft beers at a decent price, which I thought was a good model. In a lot of ways, that was sort of undermined around 2012, 13, 14, as things started to deteriorate. But yeah, it's a good one. Yeah. A winner in my booklet, but that's just me talking. All right, thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate Jeff for watching, Jason for watching, Hector for watching, and whoever else watched and didn't comment on my alternative channel, Anti-War. I have a duo review coming up with this. It's a mystery beer challenge. David could never guess what it was, but he was shocked. It's a fun video to watch. And then I have a solo review. So that's 3 reviews right there. Main channel, 2 reviews. This alternative channel, 1 review. So yeah, Magic Hat has been a worthwhile purchase. I have to admit that. Number 9. Thanks, everybody. And actually, I like it more now than when I tried it in 2011. In 2011, it kind of threw me off. Like, I didn't know how to approach that product. Had me kind of discombobulated, you know, with that flavoring. But now I can kind of grasp the concept. All right, thanks everybody.